What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel if you're a returning subscriber, and if you're new, what's up? In today's video, as you can see from the title, your girl is coming to you guys with a unboxing and a book haul. Okay, so let's just say I have to split this video into two parts because your girl has accumulated so many books since May. It's ridiculous. Like in this video, I believe I'm going to be showing you guys about 40 to 41 books that I have purchased and also been gifted to me because my birthday was in May. You guys didn't know because I wasn't really on here a lot during that time because a lot of stuff was going on. But in May, your girl turned 23, so of course your girl got a little ching and ended up buying her some books. So yeah, between May and now, which is July 18th, I think I have about at least 100 books. It is what it is. Let me just say it is what it is, okay? So I'm here today to show you guys some books that I already have. There's some books that I need to unbox that just came today, and so I actually forgot one book. I think I need Rocky is right here. I don't know if you guys can see his little snoot right here. He's hitting the bag with his tail. That's what's making the noise. You finished? But anyways, let me get back to the haul. So pretty much how I'm going to do this is the books that I feel like are not as popular, I may read the synopsis of it, I may not, just depends. But the ones that are super popular, I decided I'm not going to read the synopsis of them. I'm just going to show you guys the books that I have. And again, this is going to be split into two parts, so the next part you'll see probably like 50 plus books. This video should have like 40-ish books in. So yeah, so with all that being said, let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. So the first book I'm going to show you guys is pretty much the first book that I'm reading right now, which is Fireborn by Rosaria Munda. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name. This is pretty much another dragon telling book. By the time you guys are seeing this video, you already saw my blog, Fourth Wing, so I'm not going to really read the synopsis of this because again, if you want to know a little bit about this, then just watch that video. So yeah, that is the first book I'm showing you guys, which is Fireborn. And also I want to mention before I go deeper into this video, before I go any deeper into the video, some of these books I got from like different stores. So some I got from Target, a lot of them got from Amazon, some I got from Pango Books, so this is one of them, Pango Book. And I also have one I'm unboxing from Books A Million. So Books A Million, Target, Amazon, and Pango Books. So some of these are secondhand hand downs, which I think you'll see a majority of those in the next video. And then Amazon, Target, oh, and also Walmart. So yeah, there you go. This one was from Pango Books though. The next book that I have right here, because I kind of got these split up in like hardbacks, paperbacks, you get what I'm saying? It's going to be In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. You guys have already heard me talk about this because I talked about this in a previous video, I believe in the mid-year check-in, like mid-year tag thing. I talked about this book in there, and I also talked about this in my monthly wrap-up. So again, I'm not going to go into much detail of this, but I have already read it. I gave it 4.5 stars. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Again, if you want my like full spill on it, make sure you go check out those other videos I just mentioned. The next book I have is a book I have not read. I actually saw it on Instagram. Somebody was like showing a bunch of pictures of like spooky books, and this one just grabbed my attention. It's called Into the Sublime by Kate A. Borman. I'm really excited for this one. I don't know when I'll get to it, either like in the fall, or I might even try to do the summer wing tag. Comment down below if you guys would like to see me do that. It'll be my first time ever reading like thriller / spooky books in summer, but this would definitely be one of those if I decide to do it. Okay, the next book that I have is going to be one that I was very excited to get into. I've heard really good things about. It is Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak. I'm sorry for mispronouncing his name, but Hidden Pictures. I pretty much know from this is a girl who is babysitting this little kid who draws these interesting like creepy pictures, and so pretty much the pictures that he draws kind of look of a murder scene, and she pretty much uses his picture to try to uncover a mystery, something along those lines. But I wasn't going to read like the full synopsis because I feel like this is kind of popular but kind of not. So I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this book, but yeah, that's pretty much what Hidden Pictures is about. Also, this is another one that I'm really excited to get into, and this also, if I do decide to do the summer reading challenge, then this definitely be one of the books I would read during that as well. The next book that I have, well, I was going to talk about the other books that kind of go along with the series before I hop into this one, but those are paperbacks that I have them in. But I'll just go ahead and hop and tell you guys about these, because also I talked to you guys about these books in my mid-year tag. I think one of the questions was like, which books was I looking forward to reading in this new year, and I believe I showed you guys these two books, which is Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. She is also the author of the Caraval series that I have as well. But this is pretty much like, well, technically you don't have to read the Caraval series to read these two, but I decided to get the Caraval series because I really heard a lot of great things about this series, even though I did hear good things about the Caraval, but I think the rating for these are like higher than the Caraval series. So I decided just to go ahead and get the Caraval series, and I did read the first book in it and I did enjoy it. So yeah, I do have the other two. I'll show you guys later on in this video, but these are the other two books in that universe, I should say. So the next book that I have is going to be Not My Problem by Sierra Smith. I feel like this one is not really popular at all, so I'll just go ahead and read the synopsis for you guys. It says, Aiden has plenty of problems she can't fix. Her best and only friend grows more distant every day. Her mother's drinking problem is a constant concern. She's even running out of outlandish diseases to fake so she can skip PE. But when Aiden stumbles on her nemesis, overachiever, I don't even want to pronounce the girl's name. I'm sorry, we're going to call her M. In the midst of a full-blown meltdown, she sees a problem that, unlike her own disaster of a life, she seems refreshingly easy to solve. M is desperate to escape her crushing pile of extracurriculars. Aiden volunteers to help by pushing M down the stairs. As planned, M sprains her ankle, a free pass out of all sports, PE classes, and mandated yoga for relaxation. Problem solved. Except for the witnesses who saw it all. A boy named Calvi, who isn't exactly known for his discretion, and when he brings Aiden another client in need of her help, Aiden is in for a semester of ill-advised hijinks, a war waged over student council elections, and an unexpected chance at love. Fixing other people's problems won't fix her own, but it might be the push she needs to start. So that's pretty much the synopsis, and it sounds really, really good. Alrighty, so the next book that I have is going to be Flamefall, which is the second book in the Fireborn series, which I already told you guys I'm currently reading right now. I also got this from Penguin Books, but I'm not going to read the synopsis just because, again, it's like the second book in the series, and also I'm not finished with it, and I don't want to spoil myself, so, but this is the second book in the series. And then the last hard book that I have, yeah, 'cause I think even the books that I'm unboxing are all paperback. The last hard book that I have is none other than Fourth Wing. I ain't gonna say nothing about this, because again, if you already saw my vlog, my reading vlog of this book, you already know how I feel about this book, my rating for it. So we're just gonna leave it at that. But Fourth Wing, and this is not the one with the sprayed edges. Maybe if I had the sprayed edges, my rating would have been a lot higher. Because baby, the stuff inside was just not giving for me. It wasn't giving. Alright, so that is pretty much all the hard books that I have in this first half of this unboxing / haul. So let's go ahead and hop into the paperback. The first two I'm going to show you guys is of a series, and again, I already talked to you guys about one of them because I think I talked about it in my wrap up. But it's going to be The Deal by L. Kennedy, and I had the second one in the series, the Off-Campus series, which is The Mistake by L. Kennedy. The next one that I have, and I also got this from Penguin Books, is Night House by Leah Bardugo. I think this is a pretty popular one, but I didn't really know a lot about it until I read the synopsis, so I'm going to just go ahead and read the synopsis to you guys. So this one says, Galaxy Alex Stern is the most unlikely member of Yale's freshman class. Raised in the Los Angeles hitter's land by a hippie mom, Alex dropped out of school early and into a world of shady drug dealer boyfriends, dead-end jobs, and much, much worse. In fact, by age 20, she is the sole survivor of a horrific, unsolved multiple homicide. Some might say she's thrown her life away, but at her hospital bedside, Alex is offered a second chance to attend one of the world's most prestigious universities on a full ride. What's the catch, and why her? Still searching for answers, Alex arrives in New Haven, tasked by her mysterious benefactors with monitoring the activities of Yale's secret societies. Their 8 windowless tombs are the well-known haunts of the rich and powerful, from the high-ranking politicos to Wall Street's biggest players. But their occult activities are more sinister and more extraordinary than any paranoid imagination might conceive. They tamper with forbidden magic, they raise the dead, and sometimes they prey on the living. So that's pretty much the synopsis of Ninth House. I know it's the second book to this, but I decided just to get the first one just to see how I like it. But yes. The next book that I have is from an author that I love dearly, so I just got it. I got this from Walmart, which is Talia Hibbert's Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute. I feel like this is quite like a kind of like a popular book in a way. It's a enemies, well, I think it's friends turn to enemies and enemies turn to lovers book. So I'm really excited for this one. She is the author of Get a Life, Chloe Brown, Take a Hint, Danny Brown, and Act Your Age, Eve Brown. I've read all 3. I didn't finish Act Your Age, Eve Brown, but I'm pretty sure, because at that time I just wasn't in that mindset to read it. But I'm pretty sure when I hop back into it, it's going to be a 5-star for me because I love the other 2 books in the series. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to also love this one as well because I just love her writing. I love like her banter, and like I actually genuinely laugh when I read her book, so I'm really excited for this one. And it seems like a short, cute, and simple, sweet book. And the pink, come on now, the pink is adorable. So yeah. Okay, the next book is, I got the 2 books in another series, just the first 2, just to see how I like them. This is The Selection and The Elite by Kiera Cass. I'm pretty sure these are pretty popular as well. I've heard things about these as far as like it's given like The Bachelorette pretty much, so I'll just leave that at that. I won't go into too much detail because again I think these are pretty popular, but these are just the first 2 books because I wanted to see how I like them, and if I enjoy them then I will get the other ones of course. But then the next book that I have that I also got from Walmart, I got this at the same time as I got the Talia Hibbert book. It is They Both Die at the End by Adam Severa. Again, I think this is a pretty popular one, but I didn't know too much about it when I got it. I just picked it up because I mean I always heard people talking about it. So I'll go ahead and read the synopsis. It says, "We here at Last Friend Inc. are collectively sorry for this loss of you. Our deepest sympathies extend to those who love you and those who will never meet you. We hope you find a new friend of value to spend your final hours with today." On September 5, a little after midnight, Death Cast calls Mateo Torres and Rufus Imiterio to deliver some bad news. They're going to die in less than 24 hours. Mateo and Rufus are total strangers, but for different reasons, they're both looking to make a new friend on their end day. The good news is there's an app for that. It's called Last Friend. And through it, Rufus and Mateo meet up for one final epic adventure to live a lifetime in a single day. It sounds like really good. It's giving Scythe, that book that I ended up DNFing and returning, and even though with that book they didn't like give them a forewarning that they were going to be gleaned, they just did it. But it kind of goes along that line, I feel like. But this sounds like a really good one, and I know it's the second book to this, but yeah, I decided just to get the first one just to see how I would like it. So next book that I have that I also got from Penguin Books is American Royalty by Tracy Livesay. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name. I'm gonna cap. This book has probably been on my wanted to get list for like a long time, like maybe over a year. And the reason that I went forward with getting it is because I realized she had released a second book, or yeah, second book to this book, like a second book in the series. And so I was like, I saw the cover and I was like, oh, that look cute. But I was like, I still have yet to get the first one or read it. So this was actually what made me get the first book and then wait off to get the second book just in case You know, I'm not feeling it. I'm hoping I will though. I've heard good things about this. I don't think it's as popular, so I'm just gonna go ahead and read the synopsis for you guys. But it says, sexy driven rapper Danielle Duchess Nelson is on the verge of signing a deal that will make her one of the richest women in hip-hop. More important, it'll grant her control over her life, something she's craved for years. But an incident with a rising pop star has gone viral, unfairly putting her deal in jeopardy. Concerned about her image, she's instructed to work on generating some positive publicity, or else. A brilliant professor and reclusive royal, Prince Jameson prefers life out of the spotlight, only leaving his ivory tower to attend weddings or funerals. But with the Queen's children involved in one scandal after another, a parliament questioning the viability of the monarchy, the Queen is desperate. In a quest for a good press, she puts Jameson in charge of a tribute concert in her late husband's honor. Out of his depth and resentful about being called to service, Jameson takes the advice of a student. After all, what's more appropriate for a royal concert than a performer named Duchess? Too late, Jameson discovers that American rapper is popular, sexy, raunchy, and not what the Queen wanted, although he's having an entirely different reaction. Danny knows this is the good exposure she needs to commit her deal, and it doesn't hurt that the royal running things is fine as hell. Thrown together, they give in to the explosive attraction flaring between them. But as the glare of the limelight intensifies and outside forces try to interfere, will the prince and duchess be a fairy tale romance for the ages or a disaster of palatial proportions? So this sounds really good. It sounds really interesting, and I really do hope I like it because, again, she already released the second book in the series. So again, that's American Royalty. Alrighty. Okay, I introduced these two books together because they're by the same author. This is by T.J. Klune, The House on the Cerulean Sea, and Under the Whispering Door. I already read this one, loved it, gave it 5 stars. Again, if you check, no, I didn't put it in my wrap up because I finished it technically this month in July, so you will technically see it in my July wrap up. Already giving you guys a heads up, 5-star read. But I got Under the Whispering Door at Walmart. Shockingly, I didn't even know they sold TJ Klune at Walmart. Under the Whispering Door, and pretty much the synopsis for this says, when a reaper comes to collect Wallace from his own funeral, Wallace begins to suspect he might be dead. And when Hugo, the owner of a peculiar tea shop, promises to help him cross over, Wallace decides he's definitely dead. But even in death, he's not ready to abandon the life he barely lived. So when Wallace is given 1 week to cross over, he sets about living a lifetime in 7 days. Hilarious, haunting, and kind, Under the Whispering Door is an uplifting story about a life spent at the office and a death spent building a home. So that's the synopsis. It's very short, simple, and sweet, so you really don't know what's going to be going on. But next book I have is by Stephen King. Also got this from Walmart at a different time from that one. This is Fairy Tale. This is his newest book, his newest novel. I've never read anything Stephen King. I don't know what it is about his books, but they be scaring me, and he low-key scared me too. But I decided to get it just because, first of all, the cover looks really cute. It feels really cute. I told you I love how books feel like velvety and stuff, and the synopsis sounded pretty interesting. So pretty much the synopsis reads, Charlie Reed looks like a regular high school kid, great at baseball and football, a decent student, but he carries a heavy load. His mom was killed in a hit-and-run accident when he was 7, and grief drove his dad to drink. Charlie learned how to take care of himself and his dad. When Charlie is 17, he meets a dog named Radar and her aging master, Howard Bowditch, a recluse in a big house at the top of a big hill with a locked shed in the backyard. Sometimes strange sounds emerges from that shed. Charlie starts doing jobs for Mr. Bowditch and loses his heart to Radar. Then, when Bowditch dies, he leaves Charlie a cassette tape telling a story no one would believe. What Bowditch knows and has kept secret all his long life is that inside the shed is a portal to another world. So it's giving definitely fantasy, and you guys know you girls kind of in her fantasy era, so I was like, let me go ahead and hop into it. And I also believe it's like dark horror fantasy too. So yeah, this will be my first ever Stephen King, and also my first dark horror book as well, so I'm really excited to get into this eventually one day. And then the next book I will also show together, not because it's by the same author, but also I got these at the same time. No, I got this with another book, but I'll just show you guys this one first. because I do actually have another book of hers in this haul. I gotta unbox it, but it is Kennedy Ryan's Before I Let Go. I know this is just a second chance romance, like a marriage. Then they're either going to get a divorce and then it's like second chance like that, or they already got a divorce, but I believe they have kids as well. I've heard a lot about it, more so not necessarily being like a romance, but like self-help empowerment type stuff like that. But either ways, the cover was really cute. I got this from Target. It was so cute, so I was like, let me just go ahead and give it a try. And then the next book I have is Vanessa Jerry's Got a Man by Laquetta. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the name right. I got this from Amazon. I technically have already started it, but I guess you could say I DNF'd it. Not just because I wasn't, like, I was actually very much enjoying it, but this is one of those books that have long chapters that I just do not like long chapters. But anyways, the synopsis of it reads, Vanessa has decided to pull herself out of her post-40, post-divorce slump by forming a savvy, sexy, and single club with her two best friends and starting the do me portion of their lives. But on the 2-year anniversary of the club, a very sexy sheriff shows up on Vanessa's doorstep wanting her help to keep his little sister from marrying Vanessa's no-good ex. Vanessa wants nothing to do with the man until she spots a photo of her ex's new fiance wearing her grandmother's ring, which he'd clearly stolen from her. Now Vanessa is ready to take this trifling fill-in-the-blank down. What she does not expect is to fall in love along the way. So that's the synopsis, and it is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, even though I DNF'd it. I think at that moment I just really wasn't in that mindset to want to read this, and plus, like I said, I do not like long chapters, and this kind of has long chapters. So, but I'm definitely gonna hop back into this. And then the last book up here that I have is Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. I'm not going to read this because, again, I feel like this is a pretty popular book and I've heard so many people talk about it, hence why I got it. I believe there's also like a sports romance, if I'm not mistaken. What sport does he play? I don't know. Or maybe it's football. Maybe that's what they're doing down here. But again, Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. Alright, so the next books that I have, I'm going to show together, is the Caraval series, which is, again, Caraval, Legendary, and Finale. This is all by Stephanie Garber. I already showed you the other books that she had in the same world as these books. So yeah, I already read this one and I gave it like, I think, a 4-star or 4.5. I don't remember. But I told you guys about this in my May and June wrap up, and I still have yet to read the other two, but I'm definitely going to get to those very soon because I want to go ahead and hop into the other ones. But yes, this is the Caraval series, and I got this from Pango Books and the rest of them from Amazon. The next book that I have is Scarred. This is the second book. It's Emily McIntyre. I'm not going to talk anymore about this book because if you guys saw my mid-year tag and then my May and June wrap-up, I talked so much about this book that I'm not going to say anymore. If you watch those videos and you know, this is the second book in the series. I have the full complete series besides the new book that's supposed to be coming out, I think, in August. But I've read the first two. I haven't read the other two that I need to go ahead and hop into before the other one comes out. But again, it's Scarred. This is pretty much like a Lion King retelling, reimagining, if you will. Dark romance. Yeah, 10 out of 10 recommend. The next book that I have is If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan. This is a pretty popular book, if I do say so myself, hence why I got it. And now my battery's dying. Hold on one second, y'all. I gotta go switch my battery. Alright, you guys, I'm back. Had to switch my battery. But again, If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan. This is pretty much supposed to be a sad book. I haven't read it. I think I'm going to do like a little reading vlog of reading like sad books for an entire week, and this is definitely going to be one of them. Alright, the next two books I have is a part of a series. I already have the first one. And crazy enough, I DNF'd the first one. I already told you guys about that in my monthly wrap up, May and June wrap up, and so I accidentally bought the other two, but I didn't accidentally. I genuinely thought I was gonna like the book because it's such a hyped up series that I bought the next two books in the series, not realizing that I did not in fact enjoy it, and I DNF'd it, and so now I'm stuck with two other books in the series that I cannot return because I missed the deadline by 2 days. So it is A Court of Mist and Fury and A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. yeah, my goal is to try to hop back into books that I DNF this year. So best believe I'm going to hop back into ACOTAR and hopefully get to the end of where that point where everybody keeps saying, oh, you just got to get to like 75% and it's going to be so good. Hopefully that is the case for me because, again, I already got the next 2 books in the series. But yes, I love how they look though. They're so colorful. And then the last book that I got, well, yeah, that I have already unboxed, because I have some books that I need to unbox, but it is The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. This is also a sad book. I heard. I honestly got this because one of the girls that I follow on booktube and also on her bookstagram, she constantly kept posting shorts about this book and how much she loved it. And so when I went to Books A Million for like the first time ever, I saw it there and I read the synopsis and I was like, oh my god, this sounds really, really good, but also very sad. I don't know if it's kind of popular, but not that much popular, so I'll go ahead and read the synopsis for you guys. But it says, Eden was always good at being good. Starting high school didn't change who she was, but the night her brother's best friend her, Eden's world capsizes. What was once simple is now complex. What Eden once loved, who she once loved, she now hates. What she thought she knew to be true are now lies. Nothing makes sense anymore, and she knows she's supposed to tell someone what happened, but she can't. So she buries it instead, and she buries the way she used to be. Told in 4 parts, freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year, this provocative debut reveals the deep cuts of trauma, but it also demonstrates one young woman's strength as she navigates the disappointment and unbearable pain of adolescence, and first love and first heartbreak, of friendships broken and rebuilt, all while learning to embrace a power of survival she never knew she had hidden within her heart. So again, that is The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. It sounds really, really good and really, really sad. And this might also be included in the books that I read, like sad books for a week. If I do that, let me know in the comments down below if you guys would like to see that. But this is definitely a thing I think will be added on into that genre because it sounds really, really sad. But yes. Okay. So that's pretty much all the books I have as far as the book haul. Now we're going to go to the part we're going to hop into the book unboxing. So the first book that I'm going to be unboxing, I got from BAM, Books A Million. I'm sorry I said that so funny. I've actually, other than me purchasing The Way I Used to Be and another book, I forgot the name of it, but you guys will see it in my second part of my book haul. I purchased 2 books from them, well technically 3 because I got this one, and I also signed up for their like little membership thing, which to be truly honest I shouldn't have done because I low-key thought Books A Million was like a place where it was like gonna be cheaper than Barnes & Noble, but low-key they not. They still expensive. Like, bitch, I pay a little bit too much for a book that I could have got like cheaper on Amazon or even Target, because Target and Amazon prices pretty much be the same. But when I saw that and I paid like okay, let me tell y'all, I bought 2 books from BAM before I ordered this, and my total was like 40 something. Now mind you, I definitely bought a book. Like I think at one point I ended up buying like either 4 books. 4 books. Amazon, you know how much I paid? $30 something. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I pay cheaper getting it from Amazon than buying it from these bookstores. Cause I mean I understand. That was dangerous. I understand why, you know, it was priced the way it was, but I'm just saying you get a better deal because they really just be putting one book in a big ass box and just, I feel like they be shaking the box and then just deliver it on like that. They don't care because this book ain't got nothing wrong. Everything's smooth, clean, clear. Everything's good. So that's one thing I can definitely say when getting delivery books from Books A Million or Barnes & Noble. They know how to package books up. So I'm gonna give them that, okay? Even though it's a little too expensive, I'm gonna give them that. But this book I got from Books A Million is The Midnight Library. I was watching a video. I love ASMR, okay? So I was watching somebody doing like a book haul ASMR video style type video, and And when I say the way she described it, it sounded really, really good. And I read the synopsis of it, so I was like, let me go ahead and get it. And I only got this for $9 because I signed up for like their little membership. They gave me like a $10 off thing that I could use. So I only paid like $9 for it. So yeah, but basically the synopsis for this reads: we all have regrets, choices we could have made differently, paths we didn't take, other lives we might have led. But what if you were given a chance to fix your past? Enter the Midnight Library. Nora's life has been going from bad to worse. Then at the stroke of midnight on her last day on Earth, she finds herself transported to the Midnight Library, where each book contains an alternate life, a possible world in which she made different choices. She is given what seems like the ultimate opportunity, a chance to undo her regrets and try out each of the other lives she might have lived. But things aren't always what she imagined they'd be, and soon her choices places the library and herself in extreme danger. Before time runs out, she must answer the ultimate question: with infinite choices, what is the best way to live? So that's the synopsis of the Midnight Library. It sounded really, really interesting, just, reading these books and seeing which life or which option you should have chose. So I was like, okay, this sounds pretty good. So I ended up getting this. This is by Matt Haig. The Midnight Library. Y'all, you know I'm not good with names. I don't even know why y'all be asking me to pronounce these names, because y'all know I'm not good at it. And then I'm gonna just go with this one because this is from Amazon. Now the rest of the books I'm unboxing are from Amazon. Which one is this? I think this is the order. Don't beat me up, but I got this series. I can't even tell y'all what the series name is because that's just how much I barely know anything about these books. These probably not even in order. I'm so sorry, but I got Flawless, Heartless, and Powerless, and they all feel different. Like this one feels like that velvety feel that I love so much, but these don't feel velvety. These don't. I'm sad, but I pretty much know these are like a cowboy romance, a Canadian cowboy romance, if I'm not mistaken, by L.C. Silver. I've heard nothing but great things about these books, so I was like, bitch, let me just go ahead and try them out. The gag is they are on Kindle Unlimited, well, at least the first one I think, but I decided just to go ahead and bite the bullet and get them, and I'm really hoping that they're good because so many people keep talking about these books. So, and I never read a cowboy romance series ever, or just cowboy anything ever, so this will be my first time. So again, I have Heartless, Flawless, and Powerless. Again, I don't know which order is which. Sorry, I just don't know. I don't know, but we're just gonna put those right there. The last box that I have is like this big box right here. So let's go ahead and unbox. Now a lot of these I ain't gonna count, they're sports romance books because I was in my sports romance feelings when I was checking out all but one. So the first one I have that is a sports romance. It's also by Kennedy Ryan. I told you guys I got another book from her. It is Hookshot. The cover looks stinking cute. This book stinks though. Okay, but it says, traded to a losing squad, cheated on, betrayed, exposed. My perfect life blew up in my face and I'm still picking up the pieces. The last thing I need is her. A wildflower, a storm, a woman I can't resist. Lotus Dupree is a kick up to my gut and a wrench in my plans from the moment our eyes meet. I promised myself I wouldn't trust a woman again, but I've never wanted anyone the way I want Lo. She's not the plan I made, but she's the risk I have to take. A warrior, a baller, the one they call gladiator. Kenan Ross charged into my life, smelling all good and looking even better, snatching my breath from the moment we met. The last thing I need is him. I'm working on me, facing my pain, and conquering my demons. I've seen what trusting a man gets you. I don't have time for this, but he just keeps coming for me, keeps knocking down my defenses and stealing my excuses one by one. He never gives up, and now I'm not sure I want him to. So again, that's Hookshot by Kennedy Ryan. It sounds really, really good and got little art. Well, it's just pretty much the same picture on the outside. That's like the cover thing for each chapter, but it looks so cute. Like, what? It looks really cute. So I got that. The next book that I got is also a sport. Literally all three of these are like, wait, is this one basketball too? I think. Yes, all of them are basketball sports romance. I was in that mood, y'all. I was in that mood when I purchased these, okay? But this is Takeoff by Evelyn Sola. I believe this is I don't want to say, I mean, it's other books in this series, but I don't think you have to read them in order. At least I'm hoping that, because again, this is like the fourth one, I think. So I don't think you have to read them in order. You could just read them. But basically this one says, I am done with men. I like my life the way it is. Calm, quiet, and very private. I may be a brash New Yorker, but I keep a tight circle, and I prefer it that way. Enter Colt Chaston, rising NBA star and magnetic single dad. He set his sights on me, and he's determined to change my life. No way that's going to happen. Nope, never. Did I mention he's tenacious and hot? Very, very hot. I told him he's the absolute last man I would ever be with, so why does he think getting me into bed is a slam dunk? I tried to resist, I really did. My efforts didn't work, and now I found myself falling head over heels for him. Did I say quiet and private? I'll even accept the crazy public lifestyle. Now I can't picture my life without him and his adorable 5-year-old son. And then Colt, he says, I live my life in the spotlight. Millions of fans and social media press follow me everywhere. That's not my preference. That comes with the job. On the inside, I'm a regular southern gentleman who can't fight my attraction to the tempting New Yorker who caught my eye. Victoria Taylor is everything I ever wanted. She's beautiful, sexy, confident, and not afraid to put me in my place. She says she doesn't want me, but her eyes tell a different story. I'll stop at nothing to prove to her that we're really not that different at all. So again, this is Takeoff by Evelyn Sola. I'm really excited for this one. And then last but not least, as far as like sport romance in this book, it's going to be Defense Stance by Keisha Thompson. This is part of the Las Vegas Rambler series, and I have a stain. But anyways, this is what the cover looks like. I saw it again on Bookstagram, like I'm just scrolling and then I saw the picture of it and I read the synopsis and it sounded really good, and I know it's some spice and everything nice in it, so that's pretty much what really caught my attention. I ain't gonna cap with you, but pretty much the synopsis says, Leon McCabe is a veteran basketball player with an adversarial disposition. Following an altercation with a fan during a game, the league orders him to attend anger management. Dion's behavior and subpar gameplay threatens to jeopardize his livelihood. He's courting disaster and must demonstrate to the organization that he's capable of turning his fate around. If not, he could face being traded or worse, the end of his basketball career. Sloane Kaplan is a single mother and cocktail waitress who's known to pack a mean punch. She's earnestly trying to keep her life on the straight and narrow, but people around her seem to push her buttons, igniting her short fuse. While she's always been taught to go down fighting, her latest brawl lands her in an anger management course. Unbeknownst to her, this mandatory class will introduce her to a towering basketball player with a grumpy temperament and a captivating smile. Love is the only thing worth fighting for, even if it means not playing fair. So again, that's Defensive Stance by Keisha Thompson. And the last book that I have in this entire video is something very different. I saw this on YouTube. I saw like a little short created for this book. And pretty much what it said, this was like the grossest book ever created, and a lot of people could not finish it because it was so gross and so disgusting. And so my weird ass was like, bitch, please, I don't believe you. Just because, I don't know, it's something about horror books or like gruesome books like that. I can't imagine me reading something and being so disgusted I want to throw up. I don't know, it's something about it. Like, I definitely can understand it like watching a scary movie or something, but for some reason reading it, I can't interpret that. I don't know, I guess it just depends on the author and their writing abilities and stuff. But pretty much I have The Playground. It's by Aaron I ain't even gonna try. Y'all can see his name. Playground. Pretty much you can even see from the picture, it's a kid right here, and it's supposed to be like these little like razor sharp things that pretty much you can see intestines, legs, shoes, all that stuff at the bottom and stuff. But pretty much what it says, very low income families have been given a handsome retainer to join Geraldine Borden for a day at her cliffside estate. All the parents must do to collect the rest of their money is allow their children to test out the revolutionary playground equipment Geraldine has been working on for decades. But there's a reason the structures in the bowels of her Gothic castle have taken so long to develop. They were never meant to see the light of day. With a band of dysfunctional children is suddenly thrust into a diabolical realm of violence. They must grow up instantly to have a chance at survival. Will they find a way to put their differences aside or be swallowed up by the insidious architecture all around them? That's pretty much the synopsis of Playground, and it says right here, a quote says, a genuinely chilling, uncomfortable novel that will make even the most jaded horror fans squirm. So, I ain't gonna cap, I'm excited to read this. This is giving very much Squid Games for kids. I know that sounds crazy and like ridiculous, but I'm excited to read this because I'm trying to see, is this really gonna be like crazy? Like, is it really gonna be gross? I never read a book like that, so this will be my first ever one, but I also heard really good things about it. Like, I heard some people who like are good, like really big horror fans say that they enjoyed it, and this is like a full-fledged on book, like plot, all that and stuff, compared to some of the other ones I was looking at that's like very short, like almost giving novella vibes. This one is like 300 something pages, so this is 330 pages. Yeah, this is like a full-fledged on story, plot, book, characters. You're gonna be getting into, some might die, some might survive, who knows. But yeah, you guys, that is it. That is the last book that I have to unbox for you guys. That is the last book that I have in this entire unboxing / book haul. Hope you guys enjoy it. Again, don't forget, this is only the first part, so I have to come back to you guys and record the second part, which is gonna be like 50 plus books in that as well. And in this video, I believe it was 39. I thought it was 40, but it should have been 40. But you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and insert a picture right here so it could be 40. Happy Place by Emily Henry. Happy Place. That is also the book I actually got with Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan at Target. I ended up getting Happy Place. Every time I recorded like my book haul, because I best believe this is not my first time recording this book haul for these books. Some of these books I have been brought into this room trying to record a haul for you guys, but one of them I've always kept missing because I don't have it placed with like the new books. I have it placed with like my hardback books, so it's like mixed in with the books I've already had, so I keep forgetting to grab it, which is what I did in this video. I was just going to put it in the second half one, but because I want it to actually be 40 books in this video, and plus I'm pretty sure I'm going to forget to even grab it for the next part of this book haul, Happy Place by Emily Henry. I got that book as well that I have yet to read, and I don't need to read a synopsis for it because y'all pretty much know what the synopsis of that is. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and also make sure you turn your notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. And with all that being said, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!